I've earned 30 plus certifications, and I'm here to guide you to success on your exam. Welcome to the Ultimate CIS-HAM Exam Masterclass. Are you ready to crack the CIS-HAM exam in one go? You're in the right place. In this session, we'll arm you with powerful insights and hand-picked questions that can make all the difference in your exam performance. We've scanned the web using intelligent crawlers to gather the most critical and high-impact questions, all compiled into one powerful PDF resource. You can download it from the link in the description. Not only will we explore these must-practice questions, but we'll also share real exam experiences and pro tips to give you that competitive edge. Let's dive into the key questions that could shape your success. Question 1. What are the 3 tiers of lifecycle management? Choose 3. A. Know what you don't have. B. Increase onboarding controls. C. Know what you have. D. Improve management controls. E. Improve efficiency. Correct answer C, D, and E. Know what you have. Improve management controls. Improve efficiency. Explanation. Lifecycle management focuses on knowing what assets exist, improving how they are managed, and increasing overall efficiency. These tiers ensure structured asset handling throughout the lifecycle. Question 2. Which ServiceNow role enables the user to perform actions related to incident, problem, change, and configuration management? A. Procurement_user. B. Inventory_admin. C. ITIL. D. Discovery_admin. E. Asset. Correct answer C. ITIL. Explanation. The ITIL role allows users to manage incidents, problems, changes, and configurations. It is the standard role for IT service management tasks in ServiceNow. Question 3. Which plugins for asset management functionality are inactive by default? Choose 3. A. Expense line. B. Hardware asset management. C. Procurement. D. Depreciation. E. Cost management. F. My assets. Correct answer B, C, and E. Hardware asset management. Procurement. Cost management. Explanation. HAM, procurement, and cost management plugins are inactive by default. They must be enabled to extend baseline asset management features. Question 4. What is the 3rd tier of the capability blueprint? A. Practical management. B. Strategic conformance. C. Trustworthy data. D. Operational integration. E. Financial management. Correct answer D. Operational integration. Explanation. The 3rd tier is operational integration, where asset practices align with daily business operations. It ensures processes are embedded into organizational workflows. Question 5. Which is not a component of a hardware asset's lifecycle? A. Dispose. B. Request. C. Consume. D. Procure. E. Receive. Correct answer C. Consume. Explanation. Consume is not part of the asset lifecycle stages. The lifecycle includes request, procure, receive, use, and dispose. Question 6. The hardware asset management (HAM) application expands baseline ITSM asset management with which features? Choose 3. A. Mobile asset receiving. B. Mobile My Assets. C. Hardware model normalization. D. Hardware asset dashboard. E. Stockrooms. F. Asset and model records. G. Asset inventory audit. Correct answer C, D, and G. Hardware model normalization. Hardware asset dashboard. Asset inventory audit. Explanation. CIS-HAM provides model normalization, dashboards, and inventory audits. These extend ITSM asset management with richer capabilities. Question 7. Expected outcomes of IT asset management, ITM, include which of the following? Choose 3. A. Integrates with business services via the service catalog from request through to disposal. B. Leverages IT service management, ITSM, to manage the life cycle of assets as they pass through their useful life as configuration items, CIs. C. Provides input into, aligns with, and follows corporate governance. D. Improves application privacy and security adherence. E. Leverages service mapping to predict service impact. Correct answer A, B, and C. Integrates with business services via the service catalog from request through to disposal. Leverages IT service management, ITSM, to manage the life cycle of assets as they pass through their useful life as configuration items, CIs. Provides input into, aligns with, and follows corporate governance. Explanation. Item ensures assets integrate with business services, align with ITSM, and support governance. These outcomes drive accountability and efficiency. Question 8. What is the difference between ITM personas and ITM roles? Choose 4. A. A user may have multiple roles, but a single persona. B. Roles control access to features in the product. C. Personas represent types of users of the product. D. Personas control access to features in the product. E. Roles represent types of users of the product. F. A user may have multiple roles and personas. Correct answer A, B, C, and F. A user may have multiple roles, but a single persona. Roles control access to features in the product. Personas represent types of users of the product. A user may have multiple roles and personas. Explanation. Personas describe user types, while roles define access and permissions. A person can have one persona but multiple roles. Question 9. What information would you track for a configuration item, CI, versus an asset? Choose 2. A. Financial. B. Lifecycle. C. Contractual. D. Operational. E. Relationship. Correct answer D and E. Operational. Relationship. Explanation. CIs track operational data and relationships. Assets track financial and contractual details instead. Question 10. A component is considered an IT asset versus a configuration item, CI, when you want to do which of the following? Choose 3. A. Manage its procurement, maintenance, or retirement. B. Track its operational information. C. Track its monetary value or costs. D. Manage its associated license, warranty, or lease contracts. E. Know its relationships to other assets in the CMDB. Correct answer A, C, and D. Manage its procurement, maintenance, or retirement. Track its monetary value or costs. Manage its associated license, warranty, or lease contracts. Explanation. Assets are managed for cost, contracts, and life cycle. CIs focus on operational and relationship details. Question 11. Which of the following are considered assets? Choose 3. A. Facilities. B. Contracts. C. Hardware. D. Software entitlements. E. Software distributions. Correct answer A, C, and D. Facilities. Hardware. Software entitlements. Explanation. Facilities, hardware, and software entitlements are tangible or assignable assets. Contracts are records, not assets. Question 12. What is the default display name for an asset? A. An automatically generated combination of serial number and model category. B. An automatically generated combination of asset tag and model. C. An automatically generated combination of serial number and model. D. An automatically generated combination of asset tag and model category. Correct answer B. An automatically generated combination of asset tag and model. Explanation. Asset records default to display as a mix of asset tag and model. This makes them uniquely identifiable. Question 13. What is the default state of a newly created asset? A. In use. B. Consumed. C. On order. D. In stock. Correct answer A. In use. Explanation. By default, a new asset enters the in use state. This assumes the asset is immediately available for assignment. Question 14. What is the impact of a customer opting out of the ServiceNow content service for specific models? A. Unrecognized data doesn't get sent to the ServiceNow content service and the customer doesn't receive content library updates. B. Unrecognized data doesn't get sent to the ServiceNow content service. C. Unrecognized data is sent to the ServiceNow content service, but is now encrypted. D. Customer doesn't receive content library updates. Correct answer B. Unrecognized data doesn't get sent to the ServiceNow content service. Explanation. Opting out prevents unrecognized model data from being sent. The customer continues receiving updates for allowed models. Question 15. What fields does the ServiceNow content service normalize or enrich? Choose 4. A. Lifecycle. B. Device type. C. Manufacturer. D. Memory. E. Asset tag. F. Hardware model. Correct answer A, B, C, and F. Lifecycle. Device type. Manufacturer. Hardware model. Explanation. The content service enriches lifecycle, device type, manufacturer, and model. These ensure accurate and standardized asset data. Question 16. What is the process of restructuring data to maintain consistency? A. Integration. B. Normalization. C. Discovery. D. Service mapping. Correct answer B. Normalization. Explanation. Normalization restructures and standardizes data. It ensures model and asset records are consistent across the system. Question 17. What are ways to measure trustworthy data? Choose 4. A. Sustainability. B. Plausibility. C. Credibility. D. Dependability. E. Transferability. F. Reliability. Correct answer C, D, E, and F. Credibility. Dependability. Transferability. Reliability. Explanation. Credibility, dependability, transferability, and reliability indicate trustworthy data. They show the data can be used with confidence. Question 18. Any normalization that has occurred on a model can be reverted by using this feature. A. Normalizations cannot be reverted. B. Rollback normalization business rule. C. Undo normalization scheduled job. D. Revert normalization UI action. Correct answer D. Revert normalization UI action. Explanation. The revert normalization UI action undoes normalization changes. This restores the model to its original values. Question 19. Which of these tables are installed with hardware model normalization? Choose 3. A. Device type. B. Hardware manufacturer. C. Hardware normalize key. D. Hardware model library. E. Device name. Correct answer A, B, and D. Device type. Hardware manufacturer. Hardware model library. Explanation. Hardware model normalization installs device type, manufacturer, and model library tables. These support structured normalization. Question 20. To perform hardware model normalization, which three fields from the hardware model record are used to set the normalized display name? A. Name, asset tracking unit, model number. B. Name, manufacturer, model number. C. Asset tracking unit, manufacturer, model category. D. Asset tracking unit, manufacturer, model number. E. Name, device type, model category. Correct answer B. Name, manufacturer, model number. Explanation. Normalization uses the model's name, manufacturer, and model number. These ensure a globally recognized format. Question 21. What is the global standard for product recognition used during hardware model normalization? A. IAPSO. B. UPC. C. UNSPSC. D. ECMA. E. NIJP. Correct answer C. UNSPSC. Explanation. UNSPSC is the International Product Classification Standard. ServiceNow HAM uses it for consistent model recognition. Question 22. During hardware model normalization, a hardware asset is set to a normalization status of partially normalized. What is the most likely cause? A. The model name is missing from the hardware model record. B. The model number is missing from the hardware model record. C. The model product is missing from the hardware model record. D. The model manufacturer is missing from the hardware model record. Correct answer B. The model number is missing from the hardware model record. Explanation. Missing model numbers cause partial normalization. Without it, the system cannot fully match the model. Question 23. What information should be tracked in an asset record? Choose 2. A. Physical resources. B. Financial information. C. Operational details. D. Contractual information. E. Logical relationships. Correct answer B and D. Financial information. Contractual information. Explanation. Asset records include financial and contractual data. Operational and relationship details belong to CIS. Question 24. Once the content update adds hardware lifecycle data to your instance, can it be deleted? A. Yes, it can. B. No, it cannot unless the lifecycle stage is EOL. C. No, it cannot. D. Yes, it can be deleted or deactivated. Correct answer C. No, it cannot. Explanation. Hardware lifecycle data updates cannot be deleted. They remain permanent to ensure data consistency. Question 25. What feature does the Hardware Asset Management (HAM) application use to fully normalize hardware models? A. Transform mappings. B. Mapping assist. C. Normalization transformation. D. Normalization mappings. E. Transform normalization. Correct answer D. Normalization mappings. Explanation. HAM relies on normalization mappings. They define how models align with the global content library. Question 26. During normalization, what is the most common cause for hardware models to generate a status of match not found? A. Missing transform map. B. Plugin issues. C. Invalid transform map. D. Missing data. Correct answer D. Missing data. Explanation. Missing data prevents the system from matching models. Without complete details, normalization fails. Question 27. Which values does the asset tracking strategy field provide to affect individual models? Choose 3. A. Create consumable asset. B. Don't create assets. C. Merge CI. D. Leave to category. E. Create assets. Correct answer A, B, and D. Create consumable asset. Don't create assets. Leave to category. Explanation. The field lets you decide if an asset is created, skipped, or category-based. This customizes model handling. Question 28. When activating hardware asset management, HAM, in an instance already running field service management, FSM, how do you configure asset tasks for existing incident, change, and work order flows? A. No configuration is required. Asset tasks automatically activate behind the scenes. B. Activate HAM, then run scheduled job. Asset create FSM asset tasks. To insert the asset tasks. C. Activate HAM and then rerun the scheduled FSM jobs. D. Stop the scheduled FSM jobs, activate HAM, then restart the scheduled FSM jobs. Correct answer A. No configuration is required. Asset tasks automatically activate behind the scenes. Explanation. HAM automatically integrates with FSM flows. No manual setup is needed for asset tasks. Question 29. When a hardware asset is retired, e.g., a server, what happens to any existing software allocations on that asset? A. The software allocations remain with the hardware asset and need to be reclaimed manually. B. The software allocations are automatically returned back into inventory. C. The software allocations are removed from the asset, but not returned to inventory. D. The behavior is controlled by the configurable system property glide.ham.retire_reclaim_sw. E. The behavior is controlled by the configurable system property glide.ham. Correct answer A. The software allocations remain with the hardware asset and need to be reclaimed manually. Explanation. When hardware is retired, its software allocations remain tied to it. Manual reclamation is required. Question 30. When running an asset audit, you receive the result of 10 scanned and expected assets. What does this mean? A. You expected 10 assets in your inventory and scanned 10 assets during your audit, but none of them are on your expected inventory list. B. You expected 10 assets in your inventory and scanned these 10 assets during your audit. C. You expected 10 assets during your audit inventory and scanned 10 assets, but none of them have a record in your ServiceNow instance. D. You scanned 10 assets in your inventory, but none of them were on your expected inventory list. Correct answer B. Explanation. Scanned and expected means the scanned assets exactly match the assets you expected in your inventory. This confirms no discrepancies between your audit scan and the inventory records. Please revise full PDF 2 to 3 times for 100% success. Check the description for the PDF download link and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for upcoming episodes. Thank you.